Hey folks, I'm Walter. You know, one of the unique things about cruise travel is how vastly different your experience can be based on a number of factors, and how much you enjoy or don't enjoy the cruise often comes down to research. So here's 10 things that could potentially ruin your cruise, or at least make the vacation less than what you think it's going to be. Now, first off, people don't read the fine print in the contract. Every cruise line has something like a 10 to 20 page contract, and one of the big things in that contract says the cruise can change for any reason at any time before the cruise, once the cruise has started, and during the cruise itself. They can drop ports, they can completely change the itinerary, they can do anything they want. You've already paid for it and you are along for the ride. You will not be given any compensation except if you have booked something through the cruise line that now has to be canceled, or the cruise has been shortened for some reason, then you will get some sort of compensation for the days you did not get to sail. Another way to potentially ruin your vacation, you picked the wrong ship. Look, there's over 300 cruise ships out there right now, and yes, you can pick the wrong ship. Let's say you're a family with a couple of small kids that need to have things to do and stuff all day long, and say you go on a Holland America ship. The adults will have a great time because Holland America is fantastic for adults, not so much for kids. Or you want a romantic getaway and you decide to go on, say, the Oasis class ship on Royal Caribbean. That's going to have a lot of kids, a lot of activities going on, and it's not exactly that romantic luxury feel you were looking for. So make sure you understand what is and is not on the ship, what the vibe of the ship is, before you choose it for your vacation. Number 3, cruising during the wrong season for what you want to do or experience. Say going up to Alaska in early May, the salmon may not be running, and if you want to see the salmon and all of that, you're not really going to see that. So when researching the destinations and the itineraries, also check that you're cruising in the right season to get the experience that you really want to have. Now, number 4 will be a bad day at the terminal. You didn't bring the travel documents with you, or you packed them in your checked luggage and now they're in the bowels of the ship somewhere, never to be found. You have to have your travel documents or the digital form ready to go. Whatever the cruise line has asked you to bring with you, you need to have that readily accessible in order to go through the check-in process and then ultimately get on board the ship. If you don't have your documents with you, well, you're going to be turned away. Now, there may be some ways to get some sort of digital form, but bottom line, have those documents ready with you. So it's a good day. You check in and you can get right on board the ship. And number 5, climbing on anything on your balcony, and certainly never leave the children unsupervised on your balcony. Now, those railings are up to 4 feet tall for a reason. They are to keep you safe. People do not fall overboard ship. They have to climb up to get over those railings. If you start climbing on chairs, the tables, or God forbid, the railing, you put yourself at great risk of falling overboard. And I don't have to tell you, that will not only ruin your cruise, that could actually end your life. Smoking in your cabin or out on the balcony. Fire is the #1 safety hazard on board a ship. And in fact, it was a cigarette butt that set fire to the Star Princess back in 2006. If you are found smoking, you will certainly get a warning. You may also be charged a high fee to clean out that cabin after you leave. And if you're caught multiple times smoking, it's possible you could be thrown off the ship or banned from that cruise line. Now, just like those travel documents, missing all aboard time is going to be a very bad day for you. If you are on a cruise sanctioned excursion, the ship will wait for you. If it can't wait, then the cruise line will get you to that next port of call. But if you are on an independent excursion, or you're simply exploring the destination on your own, the ship will not wait for you. I've seen ships wait up to 30 minutes, but if you are not there, the ship is going to leave, and then it's going to be up to you to either get to the next destination or to get yourself back home. Forgetting to switch your phone to airplane mode could totally ruin your cruise and leave you with a massive phone bill when you get home. I just recently had a comment from a viewer who said, hey, I had a $500 phone bill from Verizon when I got home. What happened? There is maritime cellular service on the cruise ship, and if you don't switch to airplane mode, your phone will connect to that maritime service. I have seen fees as high as $14 per megabyte. So like every couple of emails is going to be $14, and your phone will continuously continuously be pinging and pulling data from the maritime cellular service if you don't switch to airplane mode. Now this next one, even I've been guilty of it, double tipping. You know, in some places like the bars, the restaurants, or the spa, a gratuity is already added, like oftentimes 18% is already added onto your receipt. And you may not even notice that and just add another 18% on top. A good tip off is something that says additional tip. Look above that, you will probably see an 18% or whatever gratuity already added to the bill. Check the receipt before you sign it. This last one's actually kind of funny. You pack all of your clothes for disembarkation the last night of the cruise and then put your luggage out to be taken down by the porters. Now you've got no clothes to wear for the next day. It was not really that big of a deal, but it's kind of funny when people wake up in the morning like, oh my gosh, I have no fresh clothes. I sent them all out. So try to remember to keep at least a change of clothes, maybe some deodorant, things like that on the last day. So those are some ways that could ruin your cruise. Now, did I leave anything off? Has something happened to you, or do you have any other thoughts? Please put them down in the comments. Now, if you like what we're doing, if you think we're bringing you some value in your cruise research, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for your support.